Truth is, I'm tired.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Tired Tuesdays.
Tired Tuesday.
Was that the song?
No, I just
Okay.
I wanted to. I saw Cats last night.
Why did you watch that?
Can we just have a?
First of all, my name is
Okay.
A Natural.
Hi.
If you don't know, this is Lenny Harold.
I'm Lenny,
Okay, so you watched Cats last night because
and you are now watching Tired Tuesdays
all that.
on Disney.
No, because they're not sending us a check. They're not sending us any check.
Okay.
So yeah,
Really?
you watched Cats last night. Why?
I did because I wanted to see whether or not it was actually good or not. Like,
Where is it?
It's on HBO Max.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. And
I heard that it's trash, but I'm gonna watch it.
Right, and that's because everybody was talking so bad about it.
Mhm.
I wanted to make my own opinion up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, I'll wait to talk about it until you watch it,
Okay.
and then
We'll talk about it next week.
okay.
Because next week is gonna be fun. It's gonna be our Halloween episode.
Yes.
And I don't know if we're dressing up. We might dress up.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be because we got this idea from you guys.
Right.
In the was it episode 2? I think it was episode 2.
Was it 1?
No, it was
2.
It was episode 2. And I think we're going to do like a scary episode where we talk about our horror stories about the industry.
Right.
So since you guys gave us that idea, we're going to do that. So
yeah, we're gonna do it for Halloween. Ooh.
Should we go ahead and bring in the guests and like just let's get it going? Let's get it popping.
Yeah. Let's
Quick.
do it.
We have these masks on because I decided to be an idiot and was outside doing too much, and the air got to me. So this weekend I got a bit of a cold. It's not the Rona.
It's not.
It's not the Rona. I just want to be safe so I don't get him sick and I don't get y'all sick. Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
Okay.
So
see, that's what friends supposed to do. You're supposed to look
Exactly.
out for one another,
Exactly.
even if it ain't the Rona.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So,
All
you guys, we're about to bring in our special guest. Let me just give him a little bit of introduction.
Yes. Before.
This guy he has got to be probably one of the most humble, talented, just all around nice people that I've ever met in the industry. And
you can't.
you can't say that about a lot of people. I mean, you can.
No,
And I just gotta say that he is an actor. He is a singer, a writer, and he's now a brand new father. So let's welcome and bring into the room our special guest, Mr. Mack Wilds.
Mack. Yo.
What's going on, sir?
What's going on? Wait, I gotta do this because it's been a while since we've seen each other, and I didn't want to come on here like catfishing nobody. So this is actually me.
Of course. Now I get it.
So yeah, how's everything going?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just for lack of a better term, just been dadding it the fuck up.
Okay.
Nah, just and getting ready to. We're about to start shooting the show that I've been doing out here in Richmond. So just getting back to Richmond for real. Just kind of getting settled and getting ready to start everything back up.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Nice.
So you are working.
Yes, sir. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
I know that we had. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but we had started working on some stuff at the beginning of last year. And then we took a break.
We took a little break. Yep.
And then you had your own special guest that arrived.
Yeah. She arrived.
Yeah.
Rip roaring and ready.
Yes. And she is the most beautiful little thing, by the way. Like,
Yo, she is something else, man. It's nuts to even think about. That she's just mad funny. Personality is already popping up. Like she's super. Like I don't know anybody in here if you guys like believe in signs and all of that stuff, but like she is a full-on Sagittarius.
Wow. Oh, you got a Sag.
Yeah. Like she's like,
she's gonna be in
yo,
her own world.
I want to eat don't feed me, give me the spoon.
Right.
Like you can only have the spoon back when I want you to have it. Like everything has to be on her time. Like if she wants to walk, it has to be on her time. It's crazy, but we're every day has its own little like learning lesson.
Mhm.
It's hilarious. It's funny.
How has fatherhood like changed your perception on life? Has it changed your creatively or?
Yeah, 200%. You know what? I look at it more of just another source of inspiration, rather than changing the way that I create.
Guys,
I think the way that I create now is more around, unfortunately, her schedule. She's the boss, man. So yeah, it's around her schedule, depending on, if she sleep, or, if Christine is not working and she can, keep her for the moment. But other than that, it's everything is kind of, and the thoughts still move the same. Like the way that I want to do things are the same. Um, even now, like when it comes to music, and A Natural, I reached out to you because I'm already hearing lyrics and different things in my head, so I know it's about to be time to dust off the pen and get back in it.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I think it's just it's like just another form of inspiration. Yeah.
Do you
nice.
think that it might change the content?
I think the yes, I think the content will change.
Mhm.
I don't think how the way that it's delivered will change. I
Okay.
don't want to I don't want to be on one end, started off as, a guy who, we the artist who Mack Wilds was, the songs that we created, the way that we spoke, to try to tone it down now for uh, to try to tone it down now versus being as raw and unapologetically me as I have been. Uh, not only will it not only will it be not only will I feel like I'm hurting or hindering my connection with my fans, I feel like I wouldn't be being real to my daughter. Like I want her to really understand, like, as she grows up, like, this is daddy. This is how daddy talks. This is a true, unabashed version of her father. Like when she listens to her dad's music, it's like going through the diary the same way that anybody else, any other person who turns on a Mack Wild song would feel like. So
That's what.
again, I don't want to mess up the way that we deliver it, but the content is definitely going to change now because the inspiration has changed. Whereas
Mhm.
Right,
before,
right.
I'm pulling from those life experiences that I was going through. Now with all of this going on, I have this new inspiration to pull from.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Because
That's dope.
let's take it back a little bit. So I know that most of your fans probably know you from, of course, The Wire. They
Hmm.
know you from why am I forgetting the names of these the songs and albums? But Own It, of course, they
Hmm.
know you from that. But then we got introduced to each other to work together on After Hours.
On After Hours,
And
absolutely.
After Hours, the subject matter was meant for After Hours.
Yes, sir.
So now, like, having your daughter, like, and I definitely that's a dope thing. So she can see you as a well-rounded man, not just this super dad father, but also a man that has gone through some things.
Yeah.
Um, how will you approach some of the new music? Like, are you going to keep some of that same subject matter, or?
I think some of it, I think I want to keep it as I guess close to real life as possible. Especially the songs that I've already started to think about. Uh, the idea is kind of just each project that we do, from New York a Love Story, um, After Hours, and the next project, is all kind of snapshots of where I am in that moment. Um, so the way that I feel about, whether it be being a father, being in a relationship, sex, life, work, my connection with home, with New York, with Stapleton, with Staten Island. I think I think the content, we just adding things now, or just kind of showing the way that I think about these things when as it stands today.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Cool. So I know that you're working, so you are working on a new show, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Because the last time we saw you on TV was Shots Fired?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Just about. No, we did Dinner for Two before, after
Minute
that,
or two,
but
yes, I forgot about that,
yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Shots Fired, though, I know we were working on After Hours during that time.
Yes, sir.
And the stuff that was going on in the world during Shots Fired, it seems like it hasn't stopped. And that show is even probably more relevant now than it was when it first came out.
Yeah.
200%.
How do you feel about what has been happening this year particularly? I know there's a lot going on, but in relevance to the role that you played as a cop,
Yeah.
and a black cop at that, how does that, relate to how you feel about what's going on now?
On one hand, I am very fortunate that I was able to play a cop and get the training and get the understanding of I guess just the way that they think, the way that they're trained, or lack thereof. And looking at it, and I'm glad that I did it in with producers, writers, directors who were not only gracious but tended to the subject matter very like they took their time with it very carefully. Exactly. So I'm extremely grateful that now I get a chance to see both sides of the matter, knowing that police officers a lot of times, as we see them on our side, we look at them as super aggressive, and they are. Not now. Again, I'm not capping for anybody, caping for anybody. On our side, we automatically see them as these aggressors, these very volatile people, when in all actuality they're coming into these situations a lot of times, especially when they're not familiar with the place that they're policing, when they're not familiar with the people that are around. They're coming into these spots already nervous, with horror stories that they heard that were literally one-offs, unicorns, but they have these horror stories in the back of their heads that, this police officer, somebody, for example, I was in training I was in police training for Shots Fired when I went down to Charlotte, and hearing the police officers talk about, there was one guy, he got into a scuffle with the police officer. He got a chance to get his hand on the police officer's gun, drew it, and shot the police officer. And I'm like, oh wow, like how often does that happen? And I don't think they really fully understood how long or how often that happens versus how often the opposite happens, where people are getting into situations. So again, I'm glad that I got a chance to see both sides, and then how it connects to today. Again, man, I think us as a people, we've been going through this shit for too long, man. We've been going through this shit for too long, and it's draining. It's fucking draining. No matter how old you are, no matter how much you've seen, it's ridiculously draining watching these people who we pay out of our pockets, out of our tax dollars,
Right.
the people who are supposed to be watching over our bodies, protecting us, not doing their job or not doing so. And again, there's a multitude of different reasons. Like I said, they're afraid, the system isn't made for us in the first place, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just fucking tiring. And then hearing the rhetoric that people say on some like, black on black, you think about this crime, but you don't think about black on black crime. It's like, well, if you consider the redlining and you guys
Right.
relegating us to these very fucked up situations to where we have to fend for ourselves every single day just to put food on the table, it's it's you're literally putting a gun in our hand and asking us why are we killing. It doesn't make any sense. The
Right.
whole thing is crazy. So yeah, I as a black man, I feel completely fucked up about it. I hate that this is our everyday existence. I wish that there was more that we could do besides legit completely overthrowing the system. But as an American citizen, I pray every day, and I am very hopeful that one of these days someone will take office who either has the balls to change something, or is malleable enough to hear the voice of the people, and start to make the necessary change in what we see every day.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for probably since the beginning of the summer.
Nigga, I was about to say, I heard your song on the album, Officer.
Captain Oppressor.
Yes, Captain. Yeah, man, that
We
shit fucking hit me in the chest. I was like, this is real.
Yeah, because like you said, we're tired, we're exhausted, and of course, coming in November, we're supposed to be voting, and we've been having this back and forth of like, not even about who are we voting for, but are we voting, and are we going to actually see something happen from whatever our vote can actually do?
Yep.
And that's been like the biggest issue for us. What's your biggest issue going into the election? And in fact, before you even answer that, let me just remind everybody, I'll remind you, but I don't know if you remember this, but back in 2016, the night of the election, we were in the studio in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And during the session, I don't know if you remember, but we heard the most crazy thing, because the studio was right down the street from Trump Tower, and people were outside in droves shouting his name. And I know it made me feel away.
Oh, 100%.
So, like, how do you feel about this going into this election?
It's funny. I was talking to my managers about this, right? I think, and before I start this off, I want to say that I was listening to Joe Biden speak about the crime bill that he implemented in the 90s. And I guess somebody asked him during the town hall, and hearing him essentially speaking on, that's what he felt needed was for the time. And then me, being a black man who grew up in the hood, and understanding that it hit us the hardest. We lost family members, we lost friends, for ridiculous reasons, right? Anyway, all of that being said, and just hearing how not apologetic, but hearing how he wished he understood, I guess not understood what he was doing, because I know that he was completely sober-minded doing so. I think what I got from listening to him was that he wishes he could go back and switch things. So with that being said, I think we, first and foremost, we have to get Trump out of office. We have to get Trump out of office. There's no doubt about it. There's no question about it. Exactly, Mouse. It was empathetic for what he's going through. Anyway, with that being said, I do think that we need to get Trump out of office. I do really, really think that Trump has to leave, and the reason why he has to go, again, he is a businessman. His mind is always on his bottom line, and he understands what could, I'm not going to say what needs to, but what could get America's economy back to where it should be. All of that being said, the tactics that he uses is extremely divisive. He is constantly flirting with the other side. He does not understand what it means to be a president and to be the leader of people, and not white people, black, like all of us, because you have to stand for us all. He doesn't understand what it means to do that. He barely understands what it means to be a business owner, because a lot of his businesses crumble. He has a great PR team that allows him to put his name on a lot of shit. So it looks like he's doing a lot of good things, but I don't think he's a fit president. I don't think that he's barely a fit businessman. I think he's a, I don't want to say I think he's a crook, but I think he does a lot of things to
out there.
I think he does a lot of things to fix his bottom line. And his bottom line is to posture, to look like something, to have something in front. Anyway, with all of that being said, I bet he's probably a cool guy to sit, chill with, drink with, and all of that, but he does not need to be our president. He does not need to stand and be the face of America. And again, for me, do I think anybody else on the ticket needs to be? I think it's hard to say so, especially understanding everybody else is on the ticket's past history. But I feel like Joe Biden might sit down and listen to the people about what needs to be done to make America better.
Yes.
And I will take a might over somebody who is with somebody who flirts with both sides.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a big might, but it's better than what we got now.
Right.
So let's get off the top politics, because that could always be touchy.
Yep.
I see some people are really mad, but it's okay. It's our show. We do what we want to do.
Right.
So, like you said, you're working. You are now a dad, and I know that you work on music in the past, but you have some new music coming. We have a question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to know this.
So now are you an independent artist?
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Yes.
How has that transition been from major label to independent? Like, what is there a focus change? Is there a new drive? Are there complications? We have a lot of artists that follow this page, and I think that would just be really beneficial for them to just know what that transition is like.
The transition it's a simple one, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very simple. It's as simple as getting off the label or whatever you have to do. But the reason why it's not easy is because literally everything is in your hands. You have to understand as an independent artist, the things that the label would take care of before, whether it's PR, marketing, distribution. These are all things that now you, as the head of your said label or whatever, and the artist that you have signed is you have to figure all of these things out. How are you going to get it out to the different DSPs? How are you going to market it so that it could get the right visibility? Not high, you find your market. Then what is your market? Who are you marketing this to? And then just what are you doing to build the brand, to build fire behind this before, and to keep fanning the fire after it drops. So it's a lot more to think about, which is why it's not easy. But now,
do you feel better as an indie artist? Do you feel like you have more control? Do you feel?
I mean, to a certain extent, I was in a very, very fortunate situation, right? I was signed to Salam Remy, and Salam was signed to the label, so I was kind of indie, but also kind of within a major label. And Salam allowed a lot of times the conversations that would happen about the conversations of what was going to happen were between us. Like it was like, call me in the office, we'd sit down and game plan about how we can go about this. And because he was the head of the label or the head of the situation, he would spearhead it. He could walk into the marketing office and say, yo, we need this amount of money here, here, and here to get Mac here. He could walk into the radio office and say, yo, we need spins in here, here, here. Show me where he's getting spins everywhere else, et cetera, et cetera. He could walk into, like, it was a different type of a situation. Whereas now, as the head of the company, of course, I can call Salam now for help or his thoughts on different moves and everything. But ultimately, it's all in your hands. So it feels good to have that power to be able to drop whenever you want to not be on anyone else's time but your own. But my bank account hurts. It's again, it's all coming out of your pocket unless you're getting a chance to use other people's money. But ultimately, it is really coming out of whatever you're making. So that's a lot of times it's like, okay, I'll do this show here to do this, or I'll come over here and work with this person to fund this. And you know, that's just kind of how the art goes. You fill up with one, you pour it into the other, and continue to do it over and over and over again.
Gotcha.
That's what's up. I know that like I've been, let me take this off because everybody can't hear me. But I've been blessed enough to be able to experience some of that with you, as far as just what you're, I won't say daily, but just, you know, on that grind, on that path, things big in your hands. And I learned so much from that short time that we were together, like for the press tour.
Yeah.
So much I learned. I'm like, whoa, I don't even know if I'm ready for this yet. Because you had to be on call pretty much every single hour of the days that we were out there.
Yeah. You gotta think it's everything has to, I mean, of course, if you have management and other people to kind of step in to facilitate calls and all of that, it helps. But at the end of the day, it's you who has to sign off on everything. So those calls come in at any time, whether it's a PR look that they want to set you up with, whether it is a show, you know, it's not like even the tour manager or the person who's handling the touring is really very much like, okay, I got to talk to Mac, or I have to talk to his management and see what's up, and the management has to reach back out to you. It's a lot that is it's a lot more on your shoulders. But again, now you have the opportunity to be like, nah, I'm cool, I don't want to do that show, or you know what, I definitely want to do that because I need to get out and move around. It's literally all in your hands. It's a gift and a curse.
I mean, and you do have a really good team, by the way. I will say that. Like, your people, they treated me very nicely. I know that they have your back. So shout out to 95%. Like,
shout out to the motherfucking 95, man.
They are amazing. So we know you're working on a show. What can you tell us about the show? So
the little bit.
Can you tell us anything about it?
Right.
I can so the show is called Swagger. The show is called Swagger. It's executive produced by one of my big homies, Reggie Bythewood, and another one of my big homies, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
And it's a TV show that's kind of loosely based on Kevin Durant's life when he was about like 13, 14, 15 years old, about him, you know, growing up in the DMV area and playing AAU ball, and kind of all that it encompasses, you know, growing up in the hood, having friends who grew up in the hood, and all of the things that they go through as kids, but also what you go through being in the AAU kind of the AAU program, like everything that it encompasses, you know, the different sports companies coming at you, the different schools coming at you at such an early age, everybody just, you know, trying to get a piece of you at such a young age. You know, they consider the AAU tournaments very much like the first melting pot. You know, those kids that you see killing in the AAU circus, they're like, oh, he can go to Kentucky, or oh, he might be good for the G League, or oh, he might be good for NBA as soon as he gets older, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah.
So
Oh,
you
and
play ball.
my
Right.
character, I play somebody who works for like a sports company. Um,
Like an
looking,
agent?
yeah, kind of like an agent. And I
Okay.
think that is pretty much all I can say.
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't know if he was gonna be playing ball in the show. Like I know I can't play basketball. I have no hand-eye coordination whatsoever.
Bruh, listen. I don't. Niggas be hot. They'll try to call me and ask me to do the celebrity basketball tournaments, and every time I'm like, hey, coach, y'all need I can listen, I could help with like coaching stuff. I ain't got it.
That's what's up. No, that's so when I mean you're shooting now, when can we expect to maybe see something?
Honestly, if we stay on track and everything finishes like we think in February, 9 times out of 10 in my head, it'll probably be out next fall.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then I hate to say this, but when are we going to see you back on the big screen? And the reason why I'm asking is because there have been plenty of movies that have come out recently, and I'm like, Mack should have been that role. Mack should have been playing that role. Mack should have been playing that role. No shade to the movies that we've seen.
No, true. Listen, I especially right now, it's a great time for young Black actors. Like there's a myriad of young Black actors right now that I think are killing it. My boy Kelvin, I can't think of his last name, but Kelvin, he's a kid on Godfather of Harlem. He's doing his motherfucking thing right now. Jonathan Majors, who just did Lovecraft, he's doing his motherfucking thing right now. Man, of course Michael B. Jordan. Of course, there's like a lot of really Kelvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, thank you, Kayla. Yeah, yo, there's a lot of real dope young Black actors killing right now.
This is fun.
But to answer your question, I hope soon. I just did a film that just got premiered at the AFI Fest a couple of days ago. It's called Really Love. Me, Kofi Siriboe, Yutho Wong Loy Singh. It's a bunch of us. Michael Ealy.
Okay.
It's fire. That joint is gonna be fire. And besides that, man, I'll say this. I really like the time that I've been getting off of, away from being in front of the screen, because it has been giving me time to hone, to sharpen my tool for when it's time to play. So when they call and when they're ready, it's lights out for everybody.
Nah, because some of these awards are due. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Thank
Some
you,
of these
brother.
awards are due.
Yeah.
And if it was up to me, yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Matt, would you ever play a superhero? And
200%.
And which one would it be? Have you even thought of that? Or?
I've always thought about it, man. I've always thought about it. 200% would play a superhero. Damn, man. I've always been a fan of like comic books, like since I was a kid. So whether it's Green Lantern, if they decided to make a Black Wolverine, I'll get crazy.
Nice.
There's another character me and my older brother were just talking about that he put me onto a while ago. Blue Marvel. He's so Black. Yeah, he's ill. Honestly, I would love to just be in one of those situations and really get a chance to create one of these characters that all of these kids have seen since they were since from all we've seen since growing up, and that these kids are growing up on, and kind of just give them, whether it's a new perspective or just breath inside of the body that they see on these comic books.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's too soon, but I mean, Ryan Coogler, Black Panther 2.
I mean,
He's not only working on Black Panther 2, he's also working on another it's a comic uh
Like a graphic novel type of thing.
it's a graphic novel. Yes,
Okay.
It's called Bitter Root, and that shit is gonna be mean. If you get
wow.
a chance, look it up. It's called Bitter
Gotcha.
Root. It's
Bitterroot,
I
okay.
think the premise is it's these black kids who grew up in the 20s in like Harlem, and they're monster hunters. The shit is so crazy. It's
Wow.
so crazy. 1920s monster
So,
hunters. The shit is mean. But also Michael B. Jordan is producing Static Shock.
right,
Breathing life into one of those characters.
right.
Just being able to kind of yeah, Bitter Root, Lenny's mom. Just being able to really again to have fun, to really show off, and a nigga ain't been working out for nothing.
Exactly. No, we see the post that make me look at that. I understand.
Yeah.
But we got some questions.
Oh no,
we just have comments.
we got
Let's
comments.
open.
Yeah. Apparently you got
some fans.
you got the attention of Claudia in here. She just wanted to say you're sexy.
Thank you, Claudia.
Yes.
So that's what's up.
So I don't have anything else. I want to keep you. I know you got a lot going on. We got baby girl. She's got your time. So we want to keep you. I just want to say thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
I know that
no problem, man.
It was random, but we wanted to take our new season up, to another level. So I figured let's invite some friends on, to come through.
Whenever you need me, just let me know.
Yeah. And I gotta say this, I appreciate you because I don't have a long list of quote unquote celebrities that I know, but you are the only one that called me to check up on me. That you want, and that meant the world to me. So I just want to say thank you for being who you are, because you are such a good dude, for real.
Thanks, man.
I don't know if the fans know, but you are actually a really good person,
Thanks,
in real life. So thank you for that.
Mac, you're giving me Cancer vibes. Are you a Cancer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. All right,
July 15th. July 15th.
Makes sense. Got you.
He's a Cancer too.
Yeah.
And they get along with her, so that makes sense. So, is there anything else that you want to just leave us with the fans or anything?
Yeah.
Listen, again, I would say to everybody, man. I know it's a rough time, and I can't tell you guys who to vote for. I can't tell you what to go out and do. Of course, I'm not your mother. I'm not your father. I ain't none of that. But on a real, understand that right now, as Black people, as white people, we are in a really, really very, very crazy time. So no matter who you're going out and vote for, no matter who you're going out to support, whatever, I need you to go out and vote. I need you to get out here and let your voice be heard, because if not, our country as we know it can be changed and flipped forever.
Yeah.
For the worse.
Yeah.
We definitely can't do that.
Yeah.
So.
At all.
Yes.
Yeah. Brother,
thank you, Mac, for your time. We really appreciate it, brother.
Yes.
No, thank you, man. Thank you.
Truly.
And I'm ready whenever you are to get back in. So
I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you soon. Because I told you. I'm
wait.
hearing.
Did you see Mac's face? Mac was
Listen.
Wait. I totally forgot. We gotta promote the song. The name of the song is called "Home Vacation."
Yes.
And you put out a beautiful, family home video style music video.
Yeah.
And you worked with Salam.
Yes.
And you worked with James Fauntleroy. And then who else was on it?
And James Poyser played the
keys.
Yeah.
I didn't
all
know
on the
it was
same
James
song?
Poyser.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was, mind you, that all of that happened first off, we did that song years ago. One,
really?
And then two, yeah, that was actually one of the songs that was going to be on the original version of After Hours. It just didn't fit it didn't fit what it felt like or what we had. And then Salam during this whole pandemic, Salam calls me randomly and he's like, "Yo, I want you to listen to Home Vacation again. I was like, okay. I mean, I love the song. Like, why we? He said it feels different now. Like understanding that you have a
Mm,
daughter, understanding where we are right now, how everybody's locked in the house. He's like, to me, it feels different right now. I want you to listen to it. Tell me what you think. And I listened to it, and I called him back. I said, "Yo, you're absolutely right. It gives me a different feeling."
yeah.
Salam is funny like this, right? He'll say he's the type of guy, he'll drop a gem or drop something like a little seed or something in your head, and then just walk away. And if you don't pick it up, like he'll keep on saying, "Hey, there's a seed by your feet. Like you got something there." So he was like, "Yo, I think you should kind of do an idea, like a video for it." And I'm like, yeah, cool. So I had this whole other idea for the video. Like I'm working with one of my favorite artists. We're putting together like a dope cartoon for it. So I was watching it, and he's like, "Nah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is cool. But like, I'm telling you, the vibe I'm getting is a little something different. Like, think about your family. You know, think about like where you are right now." He dropped the gem and walked off. And I said, "All right, cool, whatever." And at the time, I was using my camera to kind of like catch like little snapshots of my daughter. You know, just trying to have something so whenever I have to go on set or whatever, I have these very very aesthetically
These
pleasing
moments,
moments that I can kind of just look back on. Then every time, like whenever he would see it, I'd get a DM on some like, I mean, that looks nice. ... So finally, I got fed up one day, and I'm like, this nigga really wants this video. Let me see how this shit looks, and started putting it to the music. And I was like,
that hit different now.
Yeah. Shit was that.
That's what's up.
So yeah, written, directed by me,
It's
produced and
beautiful.
written by the big brothers. Those are
And we saw the Essence cover and the story and everything, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But this video brings it to life even more.
It does.
Yeah, man. Listen, that little girl has taught me so much in this little bit of time. And one of the things, I was just talking to my homeboy earlier today, and one of the things that I realized about having children is that you start to any insecurities, any fears, anything that you kind of have wrong in your life that you haven't gotten right with yet, it will come out and be blaringly loud. Like it will be in your face every day, every time that you look at him or her. And it is up to you as a father to either stand up, begin to deal with yourself, and to get to a place where you can be a better man, not just a dad, but a better man, because that is what leads you to being a better father. Or you just
ignore it altogether.
And you'll be running for the rest of your life.
Wow, that's powerful.
Amazing.
That's powerful.
I think that's a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I think, I ain't nothing else to say. Just thank you again. Like,
yeah, we appreciate you, and you're truly an inspiration, dude.
Yes.
You really have no idea how much you're inspiring so many people, and just you just don't know. And
everybody in this room, like, y'all start writing to people. You want to see Mack in all the movies,
right?
All the shows. You want him on, all the songs on the radio.
Start that Marvel or DC petition.
I know, ASAP.
Because if anybody deserves to win, it's this dude right here. Honestly,
Word.
Yeah. So thank you again, bro.
Of course, man. Of course.
You
all right.
Blessings to you, Mack.
All right.
That was dope.
That was incredible.
That was our second special guest.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like, we're trying to do this more often.
What I loved was that he dropped a lot of gems.
He did.
Not just for artists.
We gotta get back in the frame because we're not in the frame. Okay.
He dropped a lot of gems, and it wasn't just for artists, but it was just a lot about life. You know what I mean? You could take this into your own business ventures. You could take this into your own life perspective, and there's something powerful when a black man can articulate the vision, can articulate his passion and his truth. That is just like, I don't know. That shit is just like so inspiring.
Well, like I said,
it's beautiful, is what it is.
I say this all the time. I learned from Sean Stockman that if it doesn't matter how talented you are, it doesn't matter how skilled you are or how famous you are or anything, it only matters if people like you. And that's how you really get things done. So I feel like with Mack, he's such a likable dude. Like, I've never met anybody in the industry that's as likable as him.
And you can tell. And his spirit was pouring
through
digital wires and signals and all kinds of other stuff.
He's just an all-around good person, and that will carry you a long way. So thank you guys for watching.
Word. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for participating. This was great. We're going to definitely have some more people coming through the Tired Tuesday spot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next week is our Halloween episode.
Halloween. We gonna see
y'all let us know. Like, comment on some of our posts or whatever, and tell us what we should dress up as.
Right.
We had this one idea.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to twist it. One of our ideas was to dress up like our old music videos.
Right.
But I think a twist would be I should dress up like one of your videos, and you should dress up like one of my videos, and see how that happens.
I mean, that would be funny.
It'd be very interesting. I have a very long white T-shirt from my very favorite video of yours that I could possibly do.
From Mountain High.
From Mountain High. I have to dye my hair back to being dark because,
Right.
And I could give you my dashiki for that.
I gotta pull out the dashiki.
Yeah. But y'all give us some ideas of what we're gonna do next week. I know we're gonna talk. It's just gonna be us next week, so no special guests. But it'll be fun because we're gonna tell some business. We're gonna spill some tea.
Yeah.
And talk about some of the things that we've gone through.
Well, right now it's gonna be some hot chocolate because it's cold outside.
Well, I gotta drink tea. I gotta drink tea because hold on. My tea is probably not even hot anymore.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna be talking about some things next week. So please tune in. And if you missed this today, you'll be able to see it next week. Word. So we're on YouTube now. So make sure you tune into that. What else is going on? We got a couple surprises for you. We're not going to say too much right now, but we've got some things going on. You've got something dropping on Friday.
Yeah, I have new music for the new era of what Lenny Harold is bringing this time around. So, the birth of everything happens on Friday.
Amen.
So make sure you follow me, put me in your notifications so you see what's going on, and you can check out the vibes.
Amen.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Ain't got no more.
Yeah, that's it.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Is there anything else we need to say to the people before we leave?
No, I think we good.
That's
we actually ended a little early this week.
That's okay. It ain't got to be a whole hour. Hit it and quit it because we tired.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Tired Tuesdays. Once more on a Tired Tuesday.
We will be back next week at 7 o'clock, so turn your notifications
for
on.
Another Tired Tuesday.
And I won't have this on. I will not be sick next week, so it's all good. And I don't have the Rona.
He don't, but I was just protecting myself.
And I was protecting y'all.
Yeah.
So bless God.
See?
Thank you once again to Mack Wilds for coming through. I still think that was amazing that he didn't have to do that, and he did.
Word.
And that's a brother for life. So that's it. Good night.
All right, you guys. Be blessed.
All right. Be best.
Be best.
Be best.
Be best. Be best.
Truth is, I'm tired.